Principal players on this Michigan team. Tahina Pow into the corner. Three-pointer won't go that time from Raven Johnson, the junior. Here's the drive to the rack. Holloway unable to finish. This is Hobbs, where they need her to have a big night if they're going to have a chance.
Serious and getting them started and getting on the board early, seeing that shot go in, it's got to feel good.
This is Chloe Kitts. She's going to fire. And South Carolina still looking for their first.
Michigan's doing a great job early on with their game plan.
This is Olivia Olson. So much skill to her game as a first-year kid. The offensive rebound and the put.
Like a young team afraid of the moment. They are embracing this moment here early.
Inside, and Michigan just keeps on. And 20 seconds on the shot clock. Fagan, top of the key. So much to her game. She's turned back inside by Olsen.
Obviously, the challenge is not to be complacent or think, as you said, oh, because we're all back, we're going to get it done. As Kitts, the nice
time. You got Fuwale and Joyce Edwards about to enter the ballgame. You got depth if you're South Carolina.
Swords underneath.
Aggressive right now are unafraid for Michigan. I mean, think last year, they're watching these Carolina team plays. They're on the court with them, and early on, holding their own.
You get the reset to Pow. She's going to fire. A little bit short. Pow, who led the country last year in three-point accuracy. Not going to miss too many of those. This is Kitts. Boy, beautiful drop step, and she goes glass. Freshman out of Charlotte, showing the handle. Shot clock at 5. Holloway elevates everything but the finish.
Against this pressure defense from the Gamecocks.
And on the other side, Grant, you talk about, adjusting offensively as a freshman, as Hobbs but on the defensive end, they're taking and making South Carolina take tough shots.
Look at Kitts. She's got it all going early in the game. Opening quarter. Swords turn back, and it's Kitts. Here comes Swords trying to stick with it. She whips it back and cleans up the mess.
For the score, but really getting back on defense and getting the rebound defensively is going to be the key for Michigan. As once again, one of those
in her game has been something to watch. One of the big pieces for Dawn Staley. Hobbs' three-pointer won't go, and then the rebound is deflected. Incredible start. They were 11-3 after their first 14 games into December. Edwards drop stepping, and we're tied.
Just a great.
Swords hounded on the perimeter here by Raven Johnson. Now to Cam Schrader, back to Swords for 3.
He told me he'd get 3 seconds if he didn't throw it.
He said, I'm 70% lifetime from the
player of the year in that state. Just a legendary high school career, one of 3 year after year after year. They continue to trend upward. Good ball movement.
Zone a little bit, and the hardest has been her preseason. I mean, Coach Staley just raves about how she's in the gym, she's working. As you see the extra effort there.
For her, but also a luxury for Dawn Staley to have such a talented young player.
Well, she was a little concerned that maybe she'd lose a couple more pieces after their championship run last year.
A little experience playing against players older than her. Played in the Olympics for Canada. You are not seeing any type of fear from her.
McDonald's All-American out of Sudbury, Ontario. Played at Long Island Lutheran and net. And it puts South Carolina right back in front as the action starts to pick up now at both ends. Allie Van Timmeren, but a potentially big addition for this Michigan team. Here comes Hobbs now, running the break, right side to Swords, filling the lane and lays it up and in.
And give a lot of set.
And South Carolina not handling this zone as well as I'm sure Coach Staley want them to. Oh, there we go. 2 for 3 from 3, the last 3.
Snatch it right back. Up the floor for Wiley, into the corner. Three-pointer around the rim from Johnson and Hobbs. Holloway against Johnson on the perimeter. 3 seconds. Hobbs from deep. Splash!
Back to you.
All right, Taylor, great stuff. All-time winningest coach in the history of Michigan women's basketball, and they keep on coming. It's Swords.
He is putting on a show. 12 points thus far, doing it in so many different ways.
Chloe Kitts trying to put it on the deck, fighting
For South Carolina last year, Camila Cardoso, how dominant she was in Tennessee.
I
and
didn't
You
want
wanted to
to
bring
say I
that
don't
up?
want to go
No,
there.
I mean,
We're in the second quarter. I knew you were going to do it before.
women's tournament.
I was wondering where he was going with that.
Good pass.
Beautiful look inside. Boy, Olsen dropping a dime. You know what talks about how dynamic. Raven Johnson knifing in. Offensive rebound. Kitts. Boy, how good has she been in this first half?
And they cannot keep.
Good pass.
Boy, Olsen was overplayed. Just drop stepping so hits. And Michigan clears. Macy Brown gives it away. Pow pow. Easy deuce. Poked away. Now South Carolina starting to ratchet up the defensive pressure. Outside to Johnson. A little bit short.
Meet her on the court. Her calming presence with the ball.
Swords knifing in. Boy, she takes a hard hit.
And a lot of the time adjusting is confidence and having to believe in yourself to go out and do what you do all the time, no matter the stage that you're doing it on.
Established themselves down on the block. Give credit to the defense of Michigan.
Olivia Olsen underneath. Travel.
And you know,
And Texas on the men's side coming up later. As we are off and running in college basketball, here comes Kitts to the Olsen trying to knife in. Here comes Swords, left hand, that time a little bit out of control. Hammering her first. This is Edwards, the spin. Beautiful look underneath to Kitts, extending and going glass. Van Timmerling on the box.
I did. But I paid by playing, and you know, I paid for it.
America's guest. Underneath with that interior defense. South Carolina now starting.
handling the pressure pretty well so far.
Nice play.
Swords, boy, she just knows how to find those soft spots. The McDonald's All-American in her college basketball debut against the #1 team, the defending champs. She's got 14 points in this first half already.
With the Long Island Nets, but because of them, she knows how to see her game from a coach's perspective. Adding that her parents never really put pressure on her to perform any sort of way. They just wanted her to love.
Rebound gets it on the perimeter now to Raven Johnson. Finds her spot. Mid-range Jay won't go. Offensive rebound and the putback by Tessa Johnson.
And Michigan's getting South Carolina to miss shots. They just can't keep them off the boards.
Camp Schrader. And that's a...
And I will say, if you're going to talk about the disadvantages of being a freshman, you got to see of players, but it's another thing to never have played them. And so when you're playing
Against the defending champions.
It could be writing their own story. Here comes Pow Pow on the attack. Couple of chances underneath for Grabovskaya. Unable to convert. Edwards, the bobble, gets it back and lays it in. 2-point game. Double-double in one of them. And she's got 8 first-half points here tonight. Under a minute left in the half. Grabovskaya going left hand. Impressive. They get it back 5 seconds. Johnson.
point guards.
Right.
But against South Carolina and their length, you're not going to be able to get that done.
A lot of contact.
And this is going to be last touch by Hobbs.
Making that adjustment here to a zone. You got to have awareness of shooters, and as Candace said, you got to block out.
Under control maneuvering that time by Johnson. Finds her spot. Kitts is there.
Attack mode, and it worked, as you said.
Guys, we had a good time hanging out with Dawn. It's been something else. What a career she's built. 17 years now.
Game, but also one of the great players. I've known Dawn for 30 years. Was painfully shy while she played. Nice raw dribble drive. South Carolina, that's for sure.
This is South Carolina's biggest lead of the night, and that is Hobbs answering for Michigan.
Building, they're just waiting for South Carolina to go on a run, and Michigan has answered every single one.
Yeah, this fan base always travels well as Pow Pow. Some careless ball handling between the freshmen. Holloway trying to get it to Olsen. Hits inside, and she's headed.
It was being passed around the perimeter.
And I think
On that play, Pow got secondary.
Here's Hobbs. Boy, going left hand. And then the offensive rebound by Grabovskaya underneath. Looks like
draw the foul.
Yulia Grabovskaya, first year in Johnson, skips it near side. Hall, towering above and unable to hit, but she's going to step to the free throw.
It's the danger of South Carolina. You got to worry about the penetration.
But they have 7 players at least 6'2".
Carolina last year, and they have picked up right where they left off. Hobbs finds the laces, and she buries a 3. Big shot from Michigan.
Every single time South Carolina looks like they're going to pull away, she has an answer.
Tessa Johnson, who got a piece. But it's a tough play here. Grabovskaya able to get to it. Underneath, Olsen ducking in, and she is turned back by overall shooting in this quarter now. 2 for 12. Out of corner 3. Raven Johnson snatched it back, and then it's Kitts. No basket. As we move over to the men's side in our nightcap. Corner 3, Tessa Johnson. But it's a young team. We've talked about the inexperience. How do they handle some early adversity? Look at Hobbs, keeps on coming from Michigan.
And Hobbs.
The second half, 3-pointers off the penetration.
Well, Grant, we call those practice shots. And they're coming from inside the arc as Hobbs knocks down.
As we start this fourth quarter.
South Carolina working underneath.
Telling your players that you've done a great job of studying the ship anytime by not turning the ball over and by getting the looks that they want to on the offensive end.
Pow gets him reset. Into the corner, Tessa Johnson, the spin, cash money.
And Grant,
What a couple of years it's been for her. Hobbs, a little bit too much on the attack. Offensive rebound, Van Timmer, and then underneath. If you've just joined us, Michigan led for most of the first half, all but 32 seconds, in fact. Boy, look at that drive and finish. And they come up empty again. Here comes full Wiley, full head of steam. Hobbs got a piece of it. And now they say Swords missed it. Holloway weak side. Underneath, and it's Swords. 7-point. Come up on the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. This is Edwards, and the officials say traveling violation.
Nice drive.
Hobbs curling. She's going to get to the free throw line and will have a chance.
Isla Swords, 20 points. So those two have really kept the Wolverines in this game.
8 shots. They haven't scored more than 3 minutes. So the door ajar a little bit here for Michigan.
Much needed scoring opportunity as Pow misses. Characteristic of her.
What a career it's been for her. A senior, last year, second team. Michigan trying to solve the South Carolina defense. Hobbs, Swords is there, and she is going to shoot. Kind of openings and a crack in this defense. Out of Long Island Lutheran High School, highest rated recruit out of the corner, 7 to shoot. Grabovskaya comes out to help. Hall launches and hits.
Chance to get at your shot.
So the game comes, and the Ohio State Buckeyes, and we will have it for you coming up right here on TNT. Hobbs lets it fly on the 3. Michigan gets it to Swords. That's a 3, and she hits. It's a 5-point game with 41 SEC last season. What a career it's been, but you come same team that has come back.
That's too much time.
Swords fires, buries it.
Goodness.
Silas.
Get the ball in.
Dawn Staley, who has led just an unbelievable 17-year run in Columbia.
That's why you lace up your shoes, is because when you go out to
quickly here. This is Swords. He's going to fire. Raven Johnson got a piece of it. Boy, that intense.
Clark in the NCAA finals. Had a couple steals on.
So Joyce Edwards goes 1 of 2 at the line. It's a 5.
Them know that it's not going to be easy. They got a tough schedule this year. 12 games again. Use this as an opportunity to get better if you're Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks.
With a hard-fought victory here in Las Vegas over the Michigan Wolverines, 60. Jordan Hobbs was terrific for the Wolverines, 19 points. Silas Swords, what a future that